Hi there. I am AI Assistant Gina for KGN News, Barbados. Barbados Prime Minister Mia Amor Mottley has called on her CARICOM colleagues and the region's private sector to create a compact to help address the challenge of rising food prices. According to the state TV channel TV8, she made this call at a high-level private sector session with key CARICOM stakeholders in St. Lucia.
I would like to put on the table a formal compact between the private sector and the government and Labour for the benefit of the citizens of the region, not on everything.
Without naming it directly, Ms. Mottley also made an oblique reference to the social compact, or prices and incomes policy, pursued in Barbados between 1993 and 2002.
But we have tried it, and for the most part, it has worked in insulating us from significant increases on essential food and sanitary items.
Using Massey Stores as an example, the Prime Minister argues that the company could have made less profit and offered Barbadians savings at the cash register.
There is no basis, and forgive me, Massey, but Massey cannot make $49 million in profit in Barbados, and middle-class people can't afford to buy food. They could have made $20 million in profit in these circumstances, and they would have been just as good, just as happy, and $29 million would have been left in the pockets of the people who have to decide whether to eat today or not to eat.
This call is coming some nearly 4 months after the March 16 financial report and budgetary proposals, in which her administration proposed measures to reduce the prices of food, personal care and construction. As we reported in our Budget Review Part 2, published on the 29th of March 2026, the government's fiscal strategy for accomplishing this was to revise customs valuation procedures, namely, a change from CIF to FOB valuation.
Revision to customs valuation procedures is a significant budgetary proposal, and if implemented across the board, would represent a paradigm shift that would ease the price pressure on consumers considerably. But it would also cost the Treasury significant amounts of revenue. The Minister's proposal is for the change in computation of import duties on 3 specific categories of products, namely food, personal care, and construction. The Minister has not specified which of 2 different FOB calculations, FOB origin or FOB destination, is to be used, but it is likely that it will be FOB origin. Here is an example of how FOB value could be used to compute duties compared to CIF. The percentage for duties is assumed and the calculation simplified. As you can see, the use of FOB makes a difference to the landed cost of these items. Bear in mind, however, that landed cost and retail price of these products are 2 entirely different matters. The question is whether importers will pass on the savings to intermediaries and consumers, or simply contrive to keep prices at the same level and absorb the change as additional profit. That remains to be seen.
Evidently, the Mottley administration is not happy with the results of those particular fiscal measures. Therefore, it appears to be searching for a way to get traction on the reduction of prices, which fall under these 3 consumer expenditure heads. Much more potentially contentious, however, is the related but veiled hint in the 2026 budget of the need to address the problem of transfer pricing in vertically integrated corporations. Vertically integrated companies own or control multiple stages of its value chain, so that in effect, it owns its own suppliers, distributors, and retail outlets rather than relying on external or independent firms. Therefore, the reference to Massey is perhaps intentional, since this enterprise is in fact a vertically integrated company.
The other very interesting budgetary proposal related to the overall distribution system in Barbados that should affect retail prices is a matter of transfer pricing. Transfer pricing is a situation in which 2 companies owned by the same corporation do business with each other. For example, if a supermarket chain owns a company that imports products for the chain, then the price at which goods are sold to the chain of stores becomes an issue of transfer pricing. This is a complicated accounting and tax issue on which the minister will very well have to consult with the business community and other players.
KGN will continue to monitor and report on the development of this initiative as part of its promise to follow up on the 2026 budget. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it. Also, remember to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you for viewing.